With that, we're going to bring in Senator John Hoeven. He was in today's hearing with Hegseth and Raising Cane. It's good to see you, sir. Is it time to stop negotiating with Iran and finally end this? It seems like that's where the president's moving toward.
Rob, it's really good to be with you. And obviously, we can't trust Iran at all. The president even went the extra mile and tried with the ceasefire. But as we know, Iran lies. They don't follow anything that they say they're going to do. And so the only way to deal with them is to keep the pressure on. And that's why you saw today I put the question in front of both Secretary Hegseth and General Cane. And that is, as we continue to get better at the blockade, are we at a point where we can ensure transportation through the Strait of Hormuz so that we can have, oil flowing for energy and so forth,
right.
But at the same time keep the blockade on Iran to keep the pressure on them, because the only way that they're going to meet the requirements we've laid out is if we keep the pressure on them. And that's what this supplemental, that's what today's hearing was all about.
Right. As far as the obsession from Democrats, we heard Ukraine so much today from the same people that have such disdain over an operation to denuclearize a terror nation in the Middle East. How do you square that?
Secretary Hegseth made a very important point, a very strong point on that issue. You did in your opening monologue there, and that is, look, we have provided funding with our allies to help Ukraine. Now it is time to make sure that we stop this existential threat that Iran poses with nuclear weapons. And not only is it important that we're stepping up, as President Trump is doing, where are our allies? Where are our NATO allies helping us right now? They should be front and center.
Yep.
And that's the discussion we should be having.
I want to just bring this up before I let you go, because I am a bit of a fiscally concerned American. And today, Senator, the Pentagon asked for $1.5 trillion for fiscal 2027 for the defense budget. If you go back 10 years ago, that was $582 billion 10 years ago. We're talking about tripling in just 10 years. This was, we were told this was going to be a Doge-style government. We were going to be cutting and we're going to get rid of debt and deficits. That's a huge number. And I like defense spending. I think if there's one place you should spend money, it's defense. But how in the hell does the Pentagon need 3 times as much money as it did 10 years ago?
So we're working through that, and we'll see where we end up on the final number. The idea is a one-time expenditure. But your point's well made, and that's why if you go back and look at the one big, beautiful bill, we put real reforms in there in terms of the entitlement programs and some of those kind of things that will provide more accountability and get at what you're talking about, is that we've got, yes, there are priorities in funding, but we have got to find savings and ways to get our debt and deficit under control.
I absolutely agree with you there. You have to find it anywhere you can, and that's a tremendous amount of money. And I know they say that we didn't spend any under Biden, and they're trying to rebuild it back up. But that's a lot of cash. I don't know how this country ever gets out of this debt, which has caused so much of the inflation that we have. Senator, good to see you. Thanks so much. We appreciate it.
Economic growth combined with reforms to get. You're absolutely right. We've got to address both.
Appreciate it. Senator Hoeven, thank you.